Alright, it's that time of weekend. It's Tuesday. This week, very excited about this. Packaging, not the best, but it's come all the way from Germany. And that's a good little hint, good little trick. If you're actually buying, and I'm going to call it Knipex, there's 1,000 ways to pronounce it, whatever. I call it Knipex, so it's what it is. You call it what you want. But if you're purchasing any of this, check out the German Amazon site because you can get quite good deals on that. These are high leverage, full size flush cutters. So the high leverage part, these are the same as the bolt cutters, although the head's offset a little bit. And it's almost if they've just machined them down and put an edge on them to create the flush cutters. So what flush cutters are, if you don't know, is you have your normal side cutters, and if you have a look, there's a bevel before the teeth giving you 2 edge on each blade. These work well, stand up to test time and durable. This is an old pair. They've since been out of circulation in my toolkit and replaced by, coincidentally, the Knipex version, because I'm a little bit of a fanboy when it comes to this. But these, you'll see, they've got the one cutting edge on a sharper angle with an absolutely flush background. Now what this allows you to do is get into things and nip away without cutting. Gets right up on the line, and oh, I like that. I like that a lot. And you get perfectly straight lines, whereas, I mean, fair's fair, these are a bit old and beaten. You can't cut along that exact same line. You're out a little bit. So before this, I had a little pair about this big. I don't have them with me now. I've since misplaced them. But when I was looking to replace them, I found that Knipex has finally just released a full size set. So I'm really excited when I saw these, and I couldn't wait. So I've ordered them, waited for a little while, and they've got here. Very happy. 72, 60, 200s if you want to look them up. These are going to fit right in alongside. It's forever in my tool bag. I just feel it now. So what I use these for is when you're cable tying kilometers and kilometers of cable all the time, and you're doing your zip ties, when you cut them, you don't want to cut them sharp because they'll cut your workmates, the next guy to come past. You know, they're going to get hurt. I'll give you a little example of why flush cutters are a great addition to your toolkit and why I like them. Now that's not to say these are the best ones yet, because I've only just grabbed them, but these are the bigger brother to the little ones I had, so I think these are going to go just fine. The other ones were for real nitty-gritty electronics. These are for bigger, better, industrial. I like industrial. So pretend this pipe's a cable or a bunch of cables or just anything really that you've been cable tying, and we always have to cut these ends off because they just get in the way. So some people just come along and they go like that and they say job done. Trouble is that can be sharp as a razor, and the next, when Ron comes along, he comes along and he scratches his hand right up on that when he puts his hand in there, whatever, and it's just a big pain. It makes you curse. So if people spend a little bit more time, you can angle these, get it a bit more flush, but you always end up with, I don't know if you can see this in focus, just that little dag, and you've got to try and really trim it off, and they're not quite that flush. And it takes the extra time of the angling, and you can do it, and depending on the different size of the cable tie, you have more success. The bigger you get, the more easier that trick works out. But you're always fighting between the back of this giving away and that giving away. It's a real finesse. So you can imagine you're putting on hundreds and hundreds of these throughout the day, throughout the week, whatever. It gets a pain. In comes these ones. So because of the flush angle in the back, straight down, smooth. Straight down, smooth. Straight down. This twisty, the spring, it's good. It actually brings it back, so you can use these from a bit of a distance. Run your hands along, run your wrists along, nothing. So that's why I like these. I'm not sure yet about this little locking mechanism. It seems to be plastic. I've literally been playing with this for what, like 5 minutes now. I know the box looks tatty, but I've literally only just pulled them out. I knew there were the high leverage bolt cutter style from the preview picture, but it looks funny in the hand when they, normally when you get flush cutters, they look like this, but this is like, you could probably machine them yourself if you took the time. You know, all you're doing is you're taking off that back edge, you're keeping this edge flush. People use these for a lot, you can nip your little bits of solder. You don't want to be tacking steel with these because you're just going to ruin that edge. It's not going to be as strong as a double bevel, but that's what it is. When it comes to smaller tires, like say this, using this method gets a lot harder, whereas these, in there, nip, in there, nip. One thing I don't think these are going to be as good as the little ones are, obviously places where you need to access and get into, but all in all, first review, these are just stock standard Knipex. It feels like I'm holding my little bolt cutters. It looks like I'm holding my little bolt cutters. The angle, that looks to be 22.5-ish, around 20 degrees angle. I don't have my angle finder on me. All my good stuff's at work at the moment. But the blades on these, straight away, like, chomping through it. These got the same comfort grip feel that Knipex pliers always, well, if you come with, I've got all these red and blue variations. I've only got a few of the plain orange, which is a more durable handle cover, but I've only got them in my ply wrenches. Everything else, these, because I like the comfort grip. If you use it all day, you want that comfort. I mean, compared to something like this, these are well worn in. These are still comfortable and they're brand new. So once you actually wear them into your hand grip, you know, it's gonna feel a lot better. But overall, I mean, just the fact, you can see how sharp they are just where they cut cardboard. Straight off the bat, I like the feel of the handle, I like the form, I like the spring that they've attached to it, as opposed, well, I'm used to holding that one finger in the handle, you know. These ones I could probably get into a place like there, chop chop. You don't actually have to have that finger in the middle, but that's how I hold pliers now. Anyway, I'm just comfortable with it. I've always been doing it, that's how I do it. They're getting a little bit transformery, they're getting, you know, all... NWS is another German brand that is trying to attack the big box hardware stores here in Australia, and I think they're probably making a global push. They're quite a good quality, and they're doing all this, you know, the flashy, the chunky, the excess chunkiness, the strange form factor. The way they look, you know, they don't need to look like that to me, they just need to function. But these, the blades, perfect. You can't see any light through them. It'll be interesting. I wish they made another pair full size, so you still have the same angle leverage, that we could compare how much this high leverage bolt cutter form actually attaches to it. I mean, the pivot point is right there, but with a flush cutter, I'm not quite sure. You're not cutting heavy. You attack steel with these, you're going to chip the blade no matter how good quality they are. So I'm not sure why they're going for the high leverage here. Maybe just people with weak hands. But so far, just by looking at them, I'm really excited to get out there and give them a rip. May sound weird, but out of all the tools I've done in New Tool Tuesday so far, these are probably going to be one of my most used, and also the ones I'm most excited about. When I saw these come out, I was like, gotta get them down. Order them straight away. As I said, jump on that Amazon.de if you want to go to the German. I'm pretty sure it's .de. Compare the prices, compare them everywhere, find your best deal, but don't forget to chuck that in, because US store, Australian store, Canadian store, whatever you're using, 9 times out of 10, it's just cheaper there. And then check your local wholesaler. Stay away from eBay. A lot of fakes on eBay, especially with the Knipex. A lot of their crimpers and stuff, I've found people advertising for too good to be true deals, and they're too good to be true. So that's it for this week's New Tool Tuesday. Not the most exciting one, but boy am I excited. I don't know what to tell you. If you're looking for flush cutters, know these are out there. Knipex, so far, I got a lot of it, haven't gone wrong.